So I ended last week with a view of the girls' new city, and you'll notice it looks a little bit different. I got told off for putting some things in there that they had already told me they didn't want. I was just trying to make it look like a nice long road, but apparently that was unacceptable. This week I've had a small child off sick, so Leah's been unwell 2 days off school, and so we built these houses here. So this one is Paisley's house, I believe. Quite a nice build. I was a bit sad that I didn't get to build this one because I really like the look of the trees. There's not a lot to them though. It's quite a big set, price-wise and sort of part count, but you can't really get into play with this one, I feel. Like that doesn't come off. So you've got quite a small little gap in there. Like, it's not very playable. I don't know. My one, I built this one. This is Ollie's house. Ollie's looks like he's come home drunk a little bit there. But it's slightly better on terms of playability. So you've got this bit that sort of moves out of the way to be able to get inside a bit more. Limited inside. You've just got a sofa downstairs, maybe some cupboards, but you have to just assume that there's a kitchen somewhere. And then upstairs, the roof does lift. So that is so much more playable than Paisley's house. But together, the two sets do look nice. And it's sort of a start to like a residential area. So this is number 21. This one's number 23, so it should be on the other side. And the girls want a residential area. So I've been talking to Leah a lot this week because she's been at home. And she assumed that the table, because she knows she's getting two, would go one table here and then the other one would just follow along. There's the table. Now, I don't think that this gap in this room is big enough for it to follow along. Obviously, they're on wheels, so I guess whilst they're playing, we could have it lengthways. I still haven't got rid of this cupboard, so it's hard for me to tell. So I think that's my next step, is to get that next table build, get that cupboard out and kind of have a look. We did bring a few sets up from the old Lego room, which is good for that room, sort of getting stuff out. We've got, is Unity Street, the other half's behind me, and the Grand Hotel, some sort of hotel. Both of those were permitted to be in their city, but it's just trying to work out space. And I find Lego city planning hard, and I'm willing to sort of think about it. Leah, I don't know if it's just the fact that she was sick, she had a few sort of, no, I can't talk about this anymore moments, because it's just, she doesn't know the answers. She's never tried it. She wants it to look pretty, but she also wants to be able to play with it. And a lot of these sets, you play from one side. So they need to be sort of at the back of the table where they're going to be, or you have to start putting open backs to one side and go all the way around. So we've got 3 different combinations of layouts we could do for this city. So let's talk through them. So I put the second table together yesterday with the intention of showing you all the different layouts and also looking at them myself, working out which would work. Leah was very adamant that putting the 2 tables next to each other would not be conducive to play. She doesn't have long enough arms, she says, to be able to reach things and play in. This morning I've slept in because it's an inset day at school, and I've had a nice little lie-in, and I've come to find this in here. So they've been in here literally all morning. They've set out like a little street. Leah was keen to sort of change it so that the video was nicer, because she wants all the buildings facing the other way, so it's pretty. But this is obviously much more conducive to play, having the backs open. They've had real fun with this one because this has got a shop in it, a furniture shop, and this has got space because the building's been sold, to then move some of the furniture from in here over so that they've got extra houses, because they all want to have their houses. I think it looks really good. I love the little layout they've made. I don't know if this is how it's going to stay, because we might need more space. The L shape was one that I thought sounded quite nice, but at the moment there's still quite a lot of stuff around on the floor that I need to tidy up. They brought in their blankets, keep themselves warm. They've obviously found stuff that was on the bed as well that needed tidying up, and distributed it around the room. It's going to be fun keeping this room tidy, but I think they've got off to a really good start here, and I'm really impressed. And they've been busy for like 3 hours playing, so it's a win. So we've been looking at the girls' city, and I looked at my plan, and actually I was not meant to be doing that until April, but I'm enjoying doing that. I'm not apologising for it, but the main plan for this month was meant to be getting some storage, display storage for in our bedroom, and this was the originally the plan was to use this corner here. We talked on the stream about like corner storage. Ian was very adamant that that would look weird in this corner, and actually I decided, let's switch it up. Let's not use this corner. Let's instead use this corner. Don't judge me for the mess. It's messy. This is my bedroom. Like, they get messy. So the plan is to move this one over to the other corner, because you'll notice it's a different colour. This is the colour that our bedroom furniture is. This one is not. This one's an imposter, and it's been annoying me the whole time. So this one is going. And this week I've had a bit of a rough week, like emotionally. Didn't really have any creativity on Monday to do stuff. Obviously had the sick child for 2 days. So I spent the time emptying the drawers, making sure there was nothing in there. I've reorganised all of my clothes in the other one so that I can actually find things now, because I figured that was a starter point. It needed to get done. So those are all empty. The top drawers, however, I have a Nintendo DS. Does anyone use Nintendo DSs anymore? And a PSP and all the games and things that go with it. More of the same sort of cables and things, hair clips that I need to declutter. I don't want to give up on having these. It's really hard when you spent that much money on something, and you also used to enjoy it, but essentially these are superfluous now. We have phones with games on, so I don't really know what to do with those. I'm thinking maybe the girls would enjoy them, but they don't have any devices like that yet, so I don't know, but I need to empty those ones. The plan for the storage that was going in here has changed several times, so let's talk you through what our options were. Okay, I resorted to drawing pictures to talk you through the stages we've had in working out what's going there. So here is the current plan, current situation: chest of drawers, bin, Hogwarts. And ideally I wanted something deep enough to hold some of the bigger sets, but then I realised actually, one, Besta and Pax, and even in fact Billy, which is not as deep, don't fit in this space. This is 114 centimetres, 114 centimetres, and can you imagine millimetres? That's ridiculous. Sorry, I'm just laughing at myself there. 114 centimetres, and everything in IKEA of those seemed to be in like 40 dimensions, so you could get two of them, 80, and then you'd end up with like big gaps down the side, which I didn't want. 120 is just that little bit too much, so it was really annoying. But the Kallax is 112 across. Seems perfect, right? So to maximise the distance across, I was going for the 3 wide and 4 high, because I thought, get as much as you can. I guess I could have gone for the 3 high, but I'm not sure they do a 3 high. I'll double check. But anywho, the Kallax, they discontinued the colour I thought would match our bedroom furniture best. So I was like, we can't go for Kallax. Or we could go and look in the store and see if the new, it's now called natural white, or hang on, before it was called Oak Effect, and I think that would have been maybe a little lighter, but still acceptable. I've got it up here, Oak Effect. Whereas now it's called White Stained Oak Effect, and it's not doing it justice on here, but it's a lot lighter, and it's not what I wanted. And I was like, I can't be bothered to pay £95 for something that goes in here that sets off the room, doesn't look quite right. So then we started looking at Mix-It, and I don't even know why, because turns out Mix-It this is a B&Q cube system, is also not the colour that we need. But dimensions wise, it's 108 across, so it gives us that little bit of a space down the side. And Ian suggested, because they come in 3x3s, we got 2, one at the top, one at the bottom, and then we've just got enough room there for the Lion Knight's castle to go between the two. And his reasoning was that this is going to be way too tall, and you'll notice, sorry about the lighting, but look how much higher this is than this one. And my bed is literally just here, right next to it. So I didn't want to feel like it was falling on me. So obviously his plan of have it really high up to the ceiling as well kind of has the same problem, but I feel like this actually looks very intentional, having a whole wall of it. And I think this will be fine. So B&Q having an offer, we've gone ahead and bought this, even though they don't really do the colour that we want, because we're going to try and make the colour we want with wood stain or varnish or something. I don't know. It's kind of like a plasticky feel, like the top of a IKEA table, really. But we bought a shelf, and we did try and change the colour on it. The colour does not look good. It's not the right colour, but it did at least change the colour. So we're going to go for a different option. I think what we got was a varnish, so we probably just need to work out what colour the varnish should have been. We clearly picked the wrong colour. So yeah, I've got to go pick these up at the weekend probably. But this is the plan we're going for. That's what we're going to have. It's been a farce trying to work this out. Every time I think I've got it, I had to change my mind. But I'm happy with this plan. I think this is going to look good. And I'm fine with the fact that they're little cubbies, because I don't think we're going to be putting big sets on display. These are smaller sets, ones that we built because we like how they look, but they're not going in the city. So I think it's going to be fine. Please tell me it's going to be fine. I've bought them now. Lastly, I found a home for the bookcase that I couldn't bear to part with. It's in Ian's study. It's kind of in a space that you do walk through quite often, so we're leaving it there without anything on it for now to see if anyone bumps into it, and then if it's a good spot, then we could use this, I guess, for some display storage as well. So despite it feeling like an unproductive week, I feel like we have made some decent progress. I'm going to pick up those cupboards, and Ian's going to get started on staining them, because that seems like a fun job for him. We're going to make some more decisions in that Lego city, and at some point we might finally get to IKEA to buy the shelf for the storage in our Lego room. But all progress. I'm pretty happy with that. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on our storage decisions. Do you stress about this kind of stuff as much as I have? I just want it to be right first time. I don't want to have to redo work, so it makes sense to really think it through. Also, if you want to see other behind the scenes videos, then I'll link up the playlist for that at the end. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later.